So first of all, before
Okay,
we
awesome.
start, it's okay to put this on YouTube, on Facebook, on social media, use it for my sites, use it for courses for educational purposes. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me what you know about my work.
Well, to be honest, I saw you in a video interview with Robert,
Yeah?
and where you just talking about your experience and how you went from how you came to know faster EFT,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just really impressed with what you said. Uh, and I don't know, it was just about your being, your demeanor, whatever, and just I liked it. And then at the end of the interview, because I just watched it, because I watched so many of the interviews,
Right.
um, your website was at the end of the interview, and I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll check it out. I just went on the your website and looked and see what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that you were a level 4, and I wouldn't want to work with anybody else other like that's really got experience.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and combined with what you said in the interview and all that stuff, and then what you offered on your website, I thought, oh my goodness, maybe this is an opportunity for me, because I was really feeling like I think I've reached like the lowest I can go
Mm-hmm.
in terms of having had I have had enough.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay. And from what I understand, most of what you want to work with is money issues, right?
yeah, it seems to be the thing. I mean, the tentacles go out from that point, but I think all of my self-worth and everything is just tied up in it. So it seems to hold me back from other areas. So
So let's go to the issue that you want to work with. What do you want to get from sessions?
clarity, clarity, I guess. I just want to. What do I want to get from the sessions? I want to. I've been working a lot on my own, and I know my story inside out.
Mm-hmm.
um, and actually through watching the faster EFT, it helped to the questions that came up in some of the videos, for example, took me deeper into things that I hadn't thought of before. So it
Mm-hmm.
helped me to. So really, I want to uncover and get to the core of what's really uh, in my way that's stopping me, and change those patterns, those beliefs.
Okay. One thing I do need to stress over here, and that's that the feeling always comes before the manifestation. Okay? When I was working on my money issues, and still when I'm working on my money issues now as well, I
Hmm.
first had to get to the point where I would see my bills and it wouldn't bother me.
Mm.
It took around a year and a half from the time that I started working till I actually really saw the change.
Right.
Okay? But the first step was seeing the bills and being able to say, it's okay, the money's going to come,
Okay.
and not go into panic state.
Right.
Right? And it's it's the easiest and the hardest way of doing it is tapping in the moment. Every time it comes up, tap.
Yes.
Okay? The
Yes.
more you tap at the beginning, the less you have to tap afterwards.
Yeah.
It's a little bit ironic when you say it, but that's the way it really works. Right? So at the beginning, it would take me, I would have to tap 30 times a day. By 6 months' time, I'd maybe tap once a week. And if at
Hmm.
the beginning, the 30 times a day would each time be like 10 minutes, at 6 months, it would be like 20 seconds, and I'm done.
Yeah.
And at this point, I don't even have to tap on it. I just say, thank you for this bill. I get to pay this person. Someone else is going to pay me. Money goes around. Energy
Right.
flows.
Right.
Okay? And I have the full belief that even if right now I'm not where I want to be, I'm going to get there. It'll come. And it always does. because I believe it.
Yes.
Okay, that is also part of always looking for the positive. Because if you
Yes.
are thinking about the negative, what you're actually doing is creating a sort of wobble. You're saying your affirmation of, many people go through life saying these affirmations of, I am rich, I'm earning $1 million, and then the reality is, I'm not.
Yes.
Right? So you have to get to the point
Yeah.
where you're not saying, I'm rich, I'm earning 1,000 or $1 million, but you're saying it's all going to be okay. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay? So the easiest way of doing that is to get out of the specifics and go to the general. And when you go to the general, you can then generalize more and see the good in it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to work on clarity and getting to the core of what's in your way. How do you know something's in your way?
Because I'm not at all where I want to be. I shouldn't say at all. I'm not where I want to be, and I know that um, I have potential within me that there's just this huge resistance, and I'm just tired of fighting myself.
How do you know there's resistance?
So I can feel it,
How do you feel it?
and I feel it in this knot, in this massive knot.
You're tired of yourself, you feel the resistance. And how do you feel the resistance? How do you know you have resistance?
Because I can feel it. It's like a knot. It's
Teach me how to do it. I don't know how to. I forgot how to
how do what?
feel the resistance. What happens? Tell me what happens inside.
There's this feeling of I have this feeling of it just feels heavy and twisted and knotted, and it 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 I didn't and there's this anxiety behind it. Like I just feel anxious and restless and can't focus.
And when does all this happen? All the time or just in the morning?
Well,
Or
it happens consistently.
mm-hmm.
It happens when I'm triggered by something.
What triggers you?
Um, okay, so there's a couple of different. I'm thinking of two different things. So with money,
Mm-hmm.
for example, I will be going along, okay, and then I'll pick up my phone and then a automatic message will come through from my cell phone bill, for example, in this big glaring message saying your bill is due, you're overdue, if you don't pay, we're going to cut you off, kind of thing. So those kinds of things can create the whole, like, the knot comes back and there's that anxiety. And it starts then I start thinking, crap, I got to take care of this. I don't know how this is. And it starts that whole, how am I going to do this? Where is it going to come from? That kind of thing. So let's say that happens. For example, let's say that I'm on my way to, like, I'm setting myself up to in the morning to work on a project that that I want to get done, right?
Mm-hmm.
That message that comes through interrupts my focus and my attention on that project. So then I spend, I don't know how long, trying to get rid of that feeling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of anxiety and stress so I can get back to my project. And then it just feels like I spend so much time and energy trying to not be anxious.
Can I give you a tip?
Yes.
Don't pick up your phone when you're starting to do a project. Seems like the
Yeah.
easiest solution. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's not that sometimes it's not like I'm about to, call somebody or text somebody or whatever, and it comes through.
I see. Okay.
Right. Right. So it's not always when I'm going to do something. Yeah, I try to eliminate the distractions. But yeah, it's just at a time when I'm just like, ooh.
Okay, and how often does
And
that happen?
well, lately it's happening quite a bit because I'm behind on my bills and
So what's quite a bit mean?
a daily.
How many times a day?
Well, my cell phone bill company calls twice a day,
Okay,
usually in the morning and at night.
so bi-daily.
Yeah.
And every time this happens.
Well, I don't always see the call coming through, but then I'll get the message will be there
Hmm.
that they called. And
Okay,
sometimes I'll be on the phone, and I'll see it pop up and I see that they're phoning, right? And I just swipe it and, you know, like there's a part of me that's gotten to this stage. Either I won't say it's denial because I'm not in denial. I know it's happening, but it's like I've worked through a lot of fear, and I've worked through, at times I've been able to say, okay, you know what? It's okay. I'll take care of it. I've gotten this far. It'll be taken care of. Except that um, I feel like I've bumped up against this. Like I can't keep playing this game of this no money, like, because there's a whole other thing to it. It's not just that I'm behind on my bills. It's like
so what's the whole other part?
yeah, I mean, I'm just not living. I'm not making enough money to, my expenses are more than my what I'm bringing in. So there's this kind of this big cycle. There's many layers to this. I'm sure you can appreciate, right? So like there's I just feel yeah, there's just like there's layers of trying to get ahead and then not making enough and then feeling like I I want to make I want to make money doing what I love doing. That's been a whole other thing. And then I get into this desperation. So the desperation part keeps me in the broke cycle because then I will go out and do anything. Well, not anything, but I do stupid jobs that I don't like, for example. And even though well-meaning people say, but you're doing it. You're out there. You're doing what you have to do. You know you're you're making it happen and all this stuff. Like I've become very resourceful with finding stupid jobs, but um, I
Okay,
don't like
I
it.
think,
I don't like it, right? So
all right, let's reframe this for a second, okay?
yeah,
And that's you're building up to doing what you love,
I am. Yes,
but you need the bread and butter to help you build up to it.
exactly.
And so all those stupid resourceful jobs that you don't like doing are
That don't
not
make
the
much money. Yeah,
are not the jobs that you're working towards. They're the bread
you're right.
and butter for what you're working towards, which is what you love to do.
Yes,
Okay, once you make that shift, all those stupid jobs are no longer, you're kind of creating an identity around the stupid jobs, and
I am.
that's where I'm trying to cut you
Yeah,
short. Okay,
yeah,
the stupid jobs are only the bread and butter. That's it.
yeah.
And the what you love is your identity. And if you need to do those bread and butter jobs that you have more money to invest in your identity, that's okay because you're working towards identity. And I can tell you that I've worked in giving English lessons for 11 years. And as the years went on, I gave more and more of these sessions, less and less English sessions, more and more of these sessions, less and less English sessions, till this is the first year that I'm not giving any English lessons.
Great.
Okay?
Yeah,
But I looked
yeah.
at it all the time as that's my bread and butter. This is my love.
Right.
It's leading towards my love. And as my love is growing, my bread and butter at this end can shrink because the bread and butter is coming from here as well with the love.
Right. Right.
Okay, so just keep that reframe in mind.
Yes, I'm working on that. It's not always easy because there's I just because I hate some of the jobs that I do. It's like, and then you hear in the in the entrepreneurial world or the spiritual world, you love what you do and don't do anything that you don't enjoy doing, and that kind
All
of
right,
stuff.
well,
So
all that's very nice, but when you have bills to pay, you have bills to pay.
exactly.
Okay,
Yes. Yes.
but at the same time, you have to keep it in the proper proportion. Don't
Yeah.
let the stupid jobs become your identity. I'm the doer of
Right.
stupid jobs.
Right.
I am working towards what I love to do. This is
Yes.
just helping me out, moving me forward.
But the thing where I get upset with myself is I've been doing this, resisting doing what I love to do because there's a whole not believing in myself part of that, like, and not being able to put myself out there. So I get stuck in this cycle of, the stupid jobs, have been coming first, and it just keeps me just above, um, just above
Just
breathing.
afloat.
Yeah, just barely. So I'm always in this, trying to keep afloat so that I don't have the well, it's not that I don't have the time to invest in myself, but it's stop, start, stop, start. It's just been this. I'd say for the last 5 years, it's been like that. Now, the good news is that I'm on the brink of some success because I've developed a writing product that I've just had made, and it's going to be very popular and do very well, which is why I want to actually clear out a lot of this stuff because I don't want taking my old junk with me into this new project.
Okay.
So it's important for me to, start clear and go in with, just a different perspective.
Okay. Do you know anyone else who has this problem?
A lot of people.
Someone who's close to you.
Oh, somebody that's close to me?
Mm-hmm. Who you learn from.
My mother.
Okay. So you grew up with
Yeah,
it, basically.
I see. I'm repeating patterns. Yeah, of a lot of my
A lot of your what?
actually a lot of my family dynamics and patterns. And my mom actually watching the videos with Robert, I learned that okay, yes, I'm basically repeating my mom. I think, although not as I mean, I'm a little bit more. Um, what would be the word? I'm a lot more going after what I want than she was, which is why I'm persistent, and I just feel like I've just been running through life with the brakes on. Though it's been persistent and not wanting to let this because I have a lot more awareness, self reflection and awareness than she did, and I've done a lot more personal development and work on myself.
Right.
But I can see definitely that some of the similar patterns. Yeah.
Okay. So if this problem was a person, who would it be? First thing that pops to your head.
If this problem was a person,
First thing that pops to your head.
I guess my mom.
Okay. And if this problem had a voice, what would it be saying?
First thing that comes to mind is you gotta get your act together.
Or else?
Or else it's not your, it's all gonna, it's all gonna go to hell. Which is what happened to my parents.
So what's your biggest fear about it?
My biggest fear is that I won't get out of this. That it'll just, that I won't, I'll die broke like my parents did, and that I won't realize my potential. I won't get to do what I love to do, and I'll stay in this cycle.
What's the worst part of it? What's the worst part of that?
The shame, in my, how I'm not able to provide for my sons when they need my help.
And what's the worst part of that?
Just feeling like I'm just failing them.
Did your parents fail you?
I guess, and like maybe, yes. I never really thought of it that way. That
So is the worst part you can turn out be like just like your parents?
yeah, I don't want their end.
Okay, after this session, things are going to get 100% worse. What's the worst they can get?
um, oh, my phone gets cut off, and I'm just more in the hole. More debt. Not enough money.
Okay, what's the best part of this problem? Make it up if you have to.
The best part is that I'm growing and becoming more resilient, more resourceful, and I'm more courageous. Yeah, it's pushing me. It's really pushing me into outside of my comfort zone in lots of ways, stretching me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, describe to me your perfect day. Let's say all these problems are done.
Perfect day. Um, I don't know. Well, I do know, but I don't see. I have a little voice saying, "Well, there's things that you should be including in your perfect day." Like
If you
because I've
don't
been
know,
asked this question so many times in different courses and whatever, and it's, oh well, I'd wake up and do yoga and whatever. No, I wouldn't.
so what would you do? What would you really do? If you don't know what your point B is, I can't help you get there. You have to know where you want to get to. It's like you can't go into a car and tell the GPS, take me
Yeah,
someplace.
this is true. Yeah. My perfect day would be to wake up happy, excited, and peaceful. That's the first thing. And to go for a walk or a kayak. I live by a lake, and just really enjoy my time outside. And then I would uh, work on my project or connect with some clients. Have jump on some calls. I would be planning a vacation or a trip somewhere, or maybe I'm going somewhere in business and I'm going to combine it with with some holiday time. Maybe include a friend in there. Just like the excitement of knowing that I'm going somewhere and I'm purposeful and I want to see my friend while I'm there, kind of feeling. Yeah, and then maybe end the day with a connecting with some, like maybe doing some of my I run a women's circle, so having one of my women's circle meetings and really having that connection with my women friends, and um, yeah, just ending the day feeling fulfilled and feeling like I've helped other people and I've done what I love to do and enjoy doing, and going to bed feeling happy, excited, and peaceful also.
Okay. And do you think you deserve all that?
Yes.
Okay. And are you sure you want to get there?
Am I sure?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So the first part of these processes are usually relatively simple, and some of them can take a long time, some can take a short time. All depends on you and how you hold things inside of you. No right way, no wrong way. Okay, some people zip through it in one session, some people it takes 5. Either way is fine. You still get the same deep results. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes. Actually, not before that even. Okay, where's your safe place?
Where's my safe?
Place where you feel totally, completely, and utterly safe. It can be in your imagination, it can be in real life, it can be from a book, from a movie. It doesn't make a difference. From your past, from your future, from your present. Any place where when you go there in your mind, you can feel totally at peace.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. When you go there, what I want you to do right now in your mind, make it bigger, make it brighter, make it stronger, amp it up using all your 5 senses. And as you do that, I want you to notice how you start to feel something in your body. Go ahead and point where you feel it. Okay.
My chest.
There's a color attached to it. What's the color?
Blue.
Okay. I want you to take that blue and I want you to breathe it in. And as you breathe it in, I want you to notice how it disperses throughout your whole entire body. And as it disperses throughout your whole entire body, I want you to notice how it pushes out anything less than positive. And I want you to notice something positive comes out with your breath. I want you to keep breathing in and out until all the air coming out is just as blue as the air going in.
Okay.
Okay, and as you feel it inside of you, I want you to notice there's a spin to it. Which way is that blue spinning?
Clockwise.
I want you to notice how it's spinning faster and faster and stronger, growing bigger and bigger with every breath you take and every beat of your heart until it starts to flow out from the top of your head, coming out like a fountain-like structure and creating, if you wish, a sort of force field around you. You have that force field in place, just put your hands and touch it just to make sure it's there.
Okay.
Perfect. And now you can open your eyes. And I want you to ask you is, when you think about your past, which direction do you think it of as coming from?
When I think about my past, which direction do I think of it as coming from?
Mm-hmm.
You mean north, south, or
Well, let's when you
or age wise?
no, think about a memory from when you were 5 years old and see where your
Okay.
mind goes to look. Is it from the right, from the left, from the back, from the front to the front?
Oh, I see. Okay. It's from front to back, like
So you're saying that your past is in the front and your future's in the back?
no, my future's in the front and
The past
my
is in the
past
back.
is in the back.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to step up out of your timeline, put a little flag where the present is that you don't forget,
Okay.
and then just for right now, turn the timeline 90 degrees so that the past is on your left and the future is on your right.
Okay.
And now, as you look at the timeline, taking consideration specifically things like self worth and ideas about money, I want you to notice how there might be some bright spots on it and there might be some dark spots on it. Can you see that?
Yes.
Are there more dark spots or are there more bright spots?
More dark.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to go over there, and every time you see a dark spot, notice there's a little knob over there that you can turn that brightens it up.
Okay.
Just go ahead and start brightening them all up.
Okay. It's cool.
Okay, and now as you brighten them all up, step into the future, all the way to the end, 120 years or more, who knows, and notice how it just keeps getting brighter and brighter and brighter. You see that?
Yes.
Perfect. Leave that in place over there. And now what I want you to do is I want you to see a big hallway in front of you. And on this hallway, you see doors on either side of the hallway. And on each door, there's a number, starting from 60, going all the way down to conception. And you instinctively know that each one of those numbers represents a year in your life. I want you to walk down the hallway, sort of veering towards the right, until you get to the door that says conception. When you get there, Open the door.
Okay.
See a big executive chair there with your name on it. Sit down. See a big control board in front of you. On the control board, you have knobs and levers of every sort and type you can imagine, with everything in your life that you can control. Find the knob that says self-worth.
Okay.
It goes from 0 to 10, where 10 is queen of the mountain, and 0 is down under the dumps. What's your number over there? You're just that little spark in the sky for conception.
6.
Okay, reach out and touch it with one hand. Point to where you feel it with your other hand.
Sorry, what's the first part?
Reach out with one hand and
Reach out.
touch the
Okay.
dial.
Okay.
With your other hand, point to where you feel it inside of you.
Okay.
Turn the dial up. Notice the shifts and changes that occur inside as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth until it's stuck at the 10. You can't turn it back down again.
Okay.
Okay, try turning it back just to make sure. Can you?
No.
Good. And now move over to the dial that says self-love. Also goes from 0 to 10, where 10 means full self-love, unconditional. 0 means no self-love, down in the dumps. What's your number?
3.
Okay, reach out and touch it with one hand, point where you feel it with the other hand. Turn the dial up. Notice the shifts and changes occur inside as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth, until you can't turn it back anymore, until it's stuck at the 10.
Okay.
Okay, make sure you can't turn it back down.
Mm-hmm.
And now look for the one that says self-compassion. Once again, 0 to 10. 10 is up in the sky, 0 is down in the dumps. What's your number?
2.
Reach out and touch it. Point with the other hand to where you feel as you touch it. Turn the dial up. Notice the shifts and changes that occur inside as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth until you can't turn it back anymore, until it's stuck at the 10.
Okay.
Okay, and now the last I want you to look at is the money dial. And this dial represents, on the one side, down at the bottom, what your parents' beliefs about money were. They just keep going in circles, and you're going to end up debt. You're going to end your life in debt with no money. The other side, you have enough money for everything your wildest dreams can dream of. That's what the number is.
Uh, 7.
7, not bad. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
reach out and touch it. Point where you feel as you touch it. Turn the dial up, keep turning it back and forth, till you can't turn it back anymore, until it's stuck at that 10, where you can fulfill every one of your wildest dreams.
Okay.
Stuck at 10?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now I want you to pull over that little spark that's in the sky. She come. Tell her how much you
Okay.
love her, how much you've always loved her, even if you haven't always shown it, and how much you're going to keep on loving her no matter what. Anything else you feel you want to tell her? And when you're done, bring her right into your heart where she belongs.
Okay.
Perfect. And now, just take a look at your timeline once again. Make sure it's all bright. See it?
Yes.
Good. And notice how all the subsequent dials of years come after change in accordance with the changes you created right now. And then step out of that room, go to the room that says birth on it. Step inside, go to that big executive chair, see the big control board in front of you, and look for the self-worth dial. 0 to 10. 10 is up in the sky, 0 is down the dumps. What's your number?
For my birth.
Mm-hmm. What's the number that pops to your head?
6.
6. Reach out and touch it with one hand. Notice where you feel it with your other hand. Turn the dial up. Notice the shifts and changes occur inside as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth until you can't turn it back anymore, until it's stuck at 10.
Okay.
And now, look at the self-love dial. 0 to 10. 10 is up in the sky, 0 is down the dumps. What's your number?
7.
Okay, reach out and touch it with one hand. Point to where you feel it with the other hand. Turn the dial up. There's a shift and changes occur inside as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth until you can't turn it back anymore, until it's stuck at the 10.
Okay.
And now look at
Yep.
self-compassion dial. 0 to 10. What's the number?
7.
Good. Reach out and touch it. Point to where you feel it with the other hand. Turn the dial up. Noticing the shifts and changes occur inside as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth until you can't turn it back anymore, until it's stuck at the 10.
Okay.
And now look at the money dial. 0 means you're going to end up just like your parents, that are broke. 10 means you have enough money for your wildest dreams. What's your number?
7.
Reach in and touch it. Point to where you feel as you touch it. Turn the knob up. There's a shift and change occur inside as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth until you can't turn it back anymore, until it's stuck to the 10.
Okay.
Okay, now just take a look at your timeline again. Make sure it's all bright. If it's not, go ahead and turn the knobs to make it all bright. And then call over that little baby Lori. She come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Tell her how much you love her, how much you've always loved her, how much you always will love her, and anything else you might need to know.
Okay.
Okay. And then bring it right into your heart. And now notice how all the subsequent dials and all the subsequent rooms change in accordance with the changes you've created right now. Step on out of there and go to room number 1, 1 years old. Starting to get into trouble probably, as 1-year-olds do. They're very good at it. And go over to that big chair with your name on it. See the control board in front of you. See all the dials. And look at the self-worth dial. 0 to 10. What's your number?
6.
Reach out and touch it. Notice where you feel as you touch it. Point to where you feel as you touch it. Turn the dial up. Notice the shift and change occur inside as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth until you can't turn it back anymore. So it's stuck at the 10.
Okay.
Go to the self-love dial. 0 to 10. What's the number?
6.
Reach out and touch it. Point with the other hand to feel where you feel as you touch it. Turn the dial up. Notice the shift and changes occur inside as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth until you can't turn it back anymore. So it's stuck at the 10.
Okay.
And now go to the self-compassion dial. 0 to 10. What's the number?
6.
Reach out and touch it. Point to where you feel as you touch it. Turn the dial up. Notice the shift and change the current side as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth, so you can't turn it back anymore.
Okay.
And now look at the money dial. 0 means you're going to end up poor and broke in debt like your parents. 10 means you'll have enough money for your wildest dreams. What's your number?
5.
Reach out and touch it. Point to where you feel it with the other hand. Turn the dial up. Notice the shift and change the current side as you turn it up. Keep turning it back and forth, You can't turn anymore, so it's stuck at the 10.
Okay.
Now just take a look at your timeline. Make sure everything's bright. If not, go ahead and adjust it.
Okay.
And call over that little 1-year-old Lori. Give her a big hug. You know what to tell her. And then we're good to your heart.
Okay.
And right now, we're going to close up this hallway. Just collapse it all in. And you're going to let those changes sit with you. Notice the differences that happen in your week. Based on these changes, we haven't finished the work. But now we finished the hour and I have other things I need to do.
Okay.
And just let it sit like that for now. Okay? How was that?
Yes. That was awesome.
Good. Did you feel the changes?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. I like that perspective of changing, actually just going from front to back, from sideways. It's like I have this whole, like a line of light now. It's like,
which sort of grows like this, right?
yeah.
Good. That's what it's supposed to be.
It's a different perspective. That's cool.
Okay. We will change it back if you want. You don't have to change it back. If you want to, you can change it, but we'll change it back afterwards. It's up to you.
Sure, yeah.
But your job, your homework is number 1, gratitude notebook. Do you have one? If
Yes.
not, okay, good. Every night you write 3 things that you're grateful for and 3 things that you don't yet have, but as if you already had it with all the emotions.
Okay.
That's number 1. Number 2.
Don't yet have, but 3 things I don't yet have, but will have with all the emotions.
But you want to have it.
I want to have.
But you have to write it as if you already have it.
Okay.
With all the emotions that you would have had you already had it.
Okay.
Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, you have to find all the positive changes and report them back to me.
Okay.
Number 3, at least before you go to sleep, but even better a few times during your day, just take a glance at your timeline, and if you see any dark spots appearing, turn them up.
Okay.
Okay?
So, okay.
Next week, same bat time, same bat channel.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, I just want to reiterate. So I have this correct. So the first one is gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Write 3 things I'm grateful for at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is 3 things that I don't have yet, but I want to have, and I'm going to write them as if I have them.
Right.
With the emotion. The next is to record my positive changes and report them back to you.
Correct.
And just revisit my timeline, look at any dark spots, and turn it up.
Right. And if anything comes up during the week, write it down to work on.
Right. Like what triggers or stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you. I'm very grateful. Okay. Right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Don't forget, if you like this video, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel, or subscribe to my newsletter. Address is right down below over there. Have a great week.